On the 20th of July, one of my clients had $0 in sales for that month. By the end of July, 11 days later, she had $14,000 in her bank. How? Today, I thought I'd break down the steps to how we made that happen in such a quick time frame. Are you keen? I'm keen. I love talking about this stuff. One of the things that we did this year in our Thriving Women community is we have been experimenting with small group coaching. So depending on your revenue level, you would go into a small group environment and I would coach. Most people might think that cheerleading, kickbutting, whatever, coaching we'll call it. And it's worked so well that for 2026, we might have more small group coaching. It has absolutely moved the dial for the ladies in our community. And at the end of the day, that's what we want. We want revenue in the bank and profit to keep. That's what we're aiming for. That is the results. Now, I want to share some very cool wins with you very quickly. 30% of our members, or 30% of our Thriving Women, had their best months ever for their July and their best years ever. One of them had her best month ever, billed $82,000. What? I was so excited for her when I got that text message. Another one tripled her revenue month on month, which actually means she's on track for a $400,000 a year. Amazing. I had another one who moved the dial. So she made 140 grand last year and our target for this year was 200,000 and she tipped it over at 205. Yay. One of my other clients finished the year at 680,000. Now she runs a bricks and mortar, very hard to keep profit, but we've managed to bring her profit up to 20% from 15% the year before. And so now we're striving for 25%. One of my other clients had 100% uplift in her billings across the course of the year. Small group coaching works. But I want to tell you about one particular beautiful woman who is a mum in business. She juggles school holidays. You know the drill if you're a mum. You think you're going to get stuff done and then you really don't. And then you end up on a call on the 20th of July and you're like, I billed nothing for the month. So we got on this group coaching call and she was like, I billed nothing. So we talked about what that looked like. She had 40 leads in her Facebook. She'd been running Facebook ads and she had 40 leads and she said, Emma, they've been sitting there for a week. And I'm like, yeah, we need to get those sold. They are going cold. And she's like, oh, you're funny. I said, I know, but you can't just let them sit there. So we kicked around some ideas. We worked out how much time she had and then we put a plan in place. Now, as you listen to my plan, you're going to just sit there and go, that sounds so simple. And here's the thing. It is simple, but it's not easy because I asked her to step way outside of her comfort zone to do the things that she needed to do. So I'm going to break them down for you step by step, and you can just get a piece of paper and a pen and you can jot these down because these are the things that move the dial in business. So we pulled all the leads out and we sent them a lovely email. Tip number 1. 2, we had all of their phone numbers. So we text every single one of them. And what happens when you text, ladies, if you've got an iPhone, is your photo comes up. So no one wants a cold call. I don't want a cold call. You don't want a cold call. No one wants a cold call. But if we text them and say, hey, we've got this, we've downloaded this thing. We did a little script, we've downloaded this thing. We want to talk to you. We'll call you tomorrow. Here's the number that I'm going to call you from. Save it in your phone so that you know that I'm going to call and I'm not a scammer or a spammer. And so we got her to text all 40 leads. The next day, she had to follow through on what she said she was going to do. So therefore, she had to make 40 phone calls. Now, I'm old school. I like phone calls. 40's a lot, won't lie. I wondered how she was going to do it from a standing start, but she blew my mind. And the night before, she had said to me, Emma, I'm not sure I can make 40 calls. I'm like, oh, yes, you can. You can make 40 calls and half of them won't even pick up. So don't worry. And she's like, okay, so I'm not aiming to speak to 40 people. I'm like, no, you just want to make 40 calls. We'll make 40 calls, have a conversation with them, tell them what you know, offer them either a clarity call or a session, and Bob's your uncle. Why do we say Bob's your uncle? I don't even know why we say Bob's your uncle, but Bob is your uncle. Anyway, so she got on the phone. We tracked the text messages sent. So we had a little spreadsheet. We tracked the text messages sent. We tracked the calls answered because a call unanswered doesn't get your point. Calls answered is the thing. And then we tracked the offers and the bookings. And then we followed up because, ladies, fortune is in the follow-up for sure. Now, was I sure that this strategy is going to work when the leads were a week old? No, but it was better than doing nothing, and it was better than just putting them into an email automation and hoping and praying that someone was going to buy, right? Because we're human to human. If you're interested in a service, you need to talk about that service. And I know everyone says you don't need to do sales calls anymore. Really? I'm not sure about that. And I know that there are other strategies to do sales, but I said, this is the strategy you need to try. Now, what was beautiful is the rest of the community, while we were on Zoom and we were talking about the strategy, the rest of the girls were like, I could see them like super nervous for her, but also like, if she can do it, we can do it. Like, that's the power of the community, isn't it? It's so inspiring because you're like, let's go. And then we all went, we want to know every day over the next little while what happens. So she would report in every single day, that accountability to get stuff done. The end result, in 11 days, she sold $14,000 worth of work. In anyone's standard, that's amazing. A $14,000 month from a standing still situation, unbelievable, unbelievable. And she was stoked. And the creme de la creme for me, she said, Emma, I think I might be liking sales calls. Now, if you're watching me on YouTube, you see I'm doing a happy dance because I love it when people tell me that. It is not scary. There are so many ways to make sales work for you. If you're sitting there wondering what the very first step is, the number one step I say to my clients is use your email list. Like, it's the most underrated thing that you can do. In this case, these people weren't even on our email list yet because it was too early in the piece. So we needed a different strategy in order to make it work. Do you reckon all those people went on her email list? Yeah. Do you reckon there was more sales after that initial 11 days? Yeah. Do you reckon she kept following up? Yeah. Because why wouldn't you? It's working. The whole process works. And it's a process and it's a system. And she was delighted. And I was delighted because part of me is like, phew, the strategy works. And we've got lots of different strategies depending on where people are at and how aligned they are and all the things because, people are all a bit scared about sales. Do you know what sales is? Sales is just serving. It's being in service to people. It's saying, I've got this thing. Do you want it? It's not that hard. And we make it all these other things and we put all narratives around it. But actually, I've got this thing. Do you want it? And people love that. People love that. The truth is, sales doesn't have to feel complicated. It doesn't have to have 50 million funnels in it. It doesn't have to feel scary. It's often about just taking the simple, consistent action and remembering that connection always comes first. You wouldn't bump into someone in the coffee shop and just start talking. You would do some nice things like, hi, how are you? You would ask them some questions. It's the same with sales, right? You are just human to human connecting. So if you're sitting there wondering, what can I do? Take notes from that. And if you say to me, but Emma, I don't have their phone numbers, because that's the thing I get. Well, you need to be creative. You need to think creatively around how are you going to get them. Because I can tell you that just posting on social media and waiting for clients to land in your lap is not a strategy. It's a hope. And we want to be more disciplined than that. We want to have a process and a system and a way to follow up, acknowledge, connect, and sell that works for you. All you need to do is show you care, follow a process, have clarity about your offer, and offer it, and the sales will follow. So let me just recap for you so you've got super clarity about what we did. Number one, what we did, we pulled all the leads out and we text them. Number two, we made sure that we text mobile phone numbers and told them that we were going to call the next day. Number three, we called them. Pretty easy. We called them and we offered. Hey, I just want to talk about offer. Yes, you have to have an offer. Yes, they need to want to buy it, but the offer has to be good. You can't have a crappy offer and offer this thing. Like, this offer was so aligned for her, so aligned to her target market. People had clicked on an ad. They knew that they wanted the offer. The offer was really good. If you're not making sales, it could be because your offer is a little bit vague. So get clear on your offer. That's all they'll say about that. So we pulled the leads out. We text them. We phoned them. We tracked the texts. We tracked the phone calls answered and we tracked the bookings, and then we tracked the follow-up. That's all we did. Sounds simple, huh? Good luck. Let me know how you go.